Hey folks, welcome to the channel and part 2 of analyzing Montoya's graphic regarding complaining, anger, and Star Citizen and CIG. The cycle, according to Montoya, is the following. People get angry and complain when they're bored about Star Citizen. They first praise it, then they get bored, then they complain, and it's usually these three. Not listening, not professional, wrong direction. If you haven't seen part 1, go and watch that. I express my my beliefs, and I'm absolutely certain about this. You know, I could be wrong like anyone else, but I'm 99% sure that he's missing the very important part 4 of this, which is this is really what it is. CIG is not wrong. They're not misguided. They're not lacking professionalism. They simply have a business model that revolves around most of the pay-to-win mechanics, which confuses people, but because people think, oh, there's nothing to win in Star Citizen. Well, but the same mechanics of pay-to-win, meaning we just try to get as much money out of you as possible without ever having any real intention of delivering much of a game. We make a minimal amount of progress so as to stay on the good side of the law, because otherwise this would be, legally speaking, a scam. We do that, but we mostly focus on the pay to win. That is something that I address in reacting to pay to win the video game. I knew about some of these things. I didn't know about all of those. And CIG is applying about 90% of the pay to win the game mechanics to Star Citizen. That blows your mind because you realize, dear God, this is exactly what's going on. He's missing part 4, which is this is a pay-to-win mechanic. It's never going to be much of a video game at all. Never will have most of the things they talk about ever released, but they'll keep on making money as much as possible through mostly ship sales and lots of things that funnel you towards that direction, and that's basically it. But specifically to this video, what about Pyro? Once Pyro is here, will this change? Montoya is very accurately predicting that no, this will not change for all the wrong reasons, according to my opinion. You know, again, I respect the hell out of Montoya. He seems like a very smart guy, and I think he's actually being honest about what he thinks. But, you know, my opinion of him being wrong doesn't change all of the respect that I have for the guy. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be analyzing his content in his videos. But he's predicting that once Pyro releases, all of this will happen again. And he may not be wrong. A lot of people will go looking for Pyro and then, oh, look, how pretty. Oh, look, there's nothing for me here to do. Oh, I'm complaining again. The thing is, they know about this. CIG knows about it, and Pyro will be crap. There will be nothing for you to do in Pyro. Why? Why is it that you dare make such a claim? Because they haven't shown you anything different. What the CIG, one of the things you have to understand about CIG is they show you everything they have. They show you all the cards, because that's the way in which they promote the game. That's the way in which they create the hype. By showing you everything, and I mean everything. They show you a guy scratching his ear. They show you his desk. They show you how they're talking about maybe doing something one day, even though they never do any of that. They don't do 99% of the things they talk about. But they talk about it. They create new content for the channel. They create new hype. They get people talking about that. And that's the idea regarding promoting, marketing, advertising, and getting people hooked. You know, getting emotionally invested, spending a few bucks. Once you bit that hook, once you got that bait in your mouth and they got you, you start getting into the mechanic of, okay, I buy things in this video game. I buy a small ship, then I buy a bigger one because I lose it. The one that I won in-game, the one I earned in-game, which is another, you know, white lie of, yeah, you win something, you earn something in-game, but they wipe it and you start all over again, and it gets so repetitive that you just give up, spend the money. Well, once you get over that cycle, you will see that they show everything they have, everything they're working on, they show. So they've already shown you everything they have on Pyro. Now, things are changing. It's gotten to a point where they had record funding. They did nothing with it. People are going, hey, you complain about not having enough money. You complain about not having enough time. You've had a lot of money, more than enough money, and you've had a lot of time. It's been 3-4 years since you peaked in terms of insane amount of money going in, and there's nothing new to show. In fact, it's been more of the case that they've done less with more money and more time than before. What gives? That's when you see that they show you everything they have. So if they have shown you everything they have regarding Pyro, and People are running out of patience because we've gone over that record hill. Besides that, there's a big game that will put a huge, massive dent, if not beat the crap out of Star Citizen, which is Starfield. So they may be inclined to rush, and I know this is laughable, but the idea of rushing into Pyro now because they feel the heat. And they will do what they were planning to do anyway, which is release Pyro with nothing. What I mean with nothing is there's going to be some kind of jump points, and they will try to make a big deal about something that's simply a cutscene or maybe a mini game. It's either going to be a cutscene or a mini game, depending on how lazy they are or how bright some poor guy working in CIG is, and make something a little bit more entertaining. So, little mini game of, you're going through the wormhole. This is physical, guys. This is real. This is not a video game. You're in a simulator going through a No, it is still a game. It is still either a cutscene or a little mini game that is something that any programmer can do in just a couple weeks, most likely, in terms of little thing of moving around. That is it. So you have that wormhole jump, whatever bullshit thing it is. And then you reached Pyro. And when you reach Pyro, you have the same thing. You have a system, you have a few planets, and there's gonna be nothing new for you to do there. There's gonna be nothing at all. It's gonna be the same. What I mean by that is gonna be a couple stations with some cool graphics and some cool things to look at. But they don't do the meat, because that goes against the pay-to-win mechanics that fund Star Citizen. That's the main point of all of this business, which is, go for the 90% of the pay-to-win mechanics into one single game. This is almost pay-to-win the game, which I reacted to in a previous video. Go watch that. You will see all of those things integrated into Star Citizen, and that's going to be Pyro. There's going to be a couple new places to land on. You will see that little clip, the little trailer about a place in which you went with an ancient artifact, right? But that's all there is. This is not Baldur's Gate, where that's just the start. In Baldur's Gate, showing up with a little artifact is the start. The little artifact talks to you. It opens a portal to a different dimension. Then you end up going back to your true home dimension. Then you go to a specific place. You go down a hole, into a cave, into the underworld, and boom, your mind explodes. None of that will happen in Pyro. You will have none of that new awesome content. It will be the same thing, just with a different name, with a little bit different things. It will be the same, the relic outposts. They will reuse that shit all day long. It will be the relic outpost, but in Pyro. It is more piratey. You'll have Grim Hex 2 with a little pirate station, but you won't have any story. You won't have any true development of character. You will have no progression, because that goes against the idea of keeping the wipes going and just erasing things and starting all over and you buying those ships. You will have the same shitty experience in terms of a game that you have in the current system, but in another one, and a lot of that will be copy-pasted. Just like they got rid of Port Olisar and copy-pasted instead of doing something new, that lazy you are, that miserable you are, that you cannot spend a few bucks on someone making something different new for poor idiot backers that are the ones that made you a freaking millionaire. You cannot even give them just one brownie there. Okay, anyway, you see where this is going. Pyro will be the same thing. So yes, he's not wrong about people rushing into expecting Pyro to be different. I won't, because I already see where this is going, right? But there's gonna be some people, new system, wow, wormholes, Pyro, landing, there's nothing new here, right? Is there? No, you can just do the same things, but you're doing them here now? All right. So I cannot have any character progression of any kind. There's no stories. There's no questing. There's nothing new in terms of I am actually playing a video game that is somehow different from the one I was playing a year ago or 3 years ago. No. Okay, this sucks. I go complain in Reddit, and the excuses will be the same. Not listening, not professional, wrong direction. Still missing the one true reason why, which is this is a pay-to-win mechanic. 90% is about that, and that is it. Folks, that's going to be all for now. I will do a separate part 3, because I feel these 3 videos will give you the true picture of what Star Citizen actually is. Take care, folks. See you next time.